I knew nothing. I thought I owned the world. I thought I knew everything. I was, I majored in communications. I knew everything there was, like your camera guy over there. But I didn't know a thing. Like I had to learn everything. I didn't know, and at that time I didn't know anything about. I knew wrestling in the mid '80s. I was a big fan. But I didn't know any of the regional wrestlers, so I had to learn every single wrestler. I had to learn who they all were. A roster of about 100 at the time. The little guys up to the mid-card guys, up to the stars. I had to learn all that. I had to learn match psychology, match philosophy. I had to learn all the shows. There's a ton of shows. There was like Shotgun Saturday Night, or all these different back then. All these shows back then. Live Wire, all that kind of stuff. So I started on a show, Shotgun Saturday Night. I started on that show, and I was just a production assistant. We did, I would pull footage and pull things from my producer, and I would go on the road and shoot little things with the camera, little B-roll that we would put into shows. And I was just doing something different every day, just learning about the company, really.
Did you go to any type of training and see the wrestlers actually working out?
No,
and get that view
well,
of
it's
it?
funny. They came to our studio on Hamilton Ave in Stamford. We had a ring set up there, so every now and then they would come there to train and talk, and I'd see these big guys in the studio, and it's amazing. Back then it was actually, I saw Bret Hart right before he left. People like that. It was just it was just amazing to see those guys. A lot of the older time guys who were still hanging around. I met Gorilla Monsoon. All those kind of guys being there. It was phenomenal because I remember those guys back when I was in the '80s, and my dad's favorite was Gorilla Monsoon. So to actually meet him and see him was kind of a cool thing for me.
Yeah, and actually I've probably got a ton of questions I could probably answer off the top of my head because when my son is 32 now.
Right.
But we were the Gorilla Monsoon, George the Animal Steel.
Oh yeah. Me and my dad used to make masks, and we used to actually wrestle in my living room. My dad would lift me up. I'd get so mad because I couldn't do anything. We'd make masks. It was great. And so just at that perspective, it really brought me back to the '80s, and it was a great thing to be a part of. And again, I wasn't a big wrestling fan when I joined. I was a fan of production and storytelling, and that's really what WWE kind of, when it morphed, it starting the Attitude Era, we really started the storytelling and got away from just the wrestling aspect, and it was more storytelling. As it is today, it's more of a storytelling, more of a male soap opera, if you will, than just two guys in a ring.
That's what
we have heard that too.
Yeah.
We're talking with Mark Hamilton, who worked with the WWF, now the WWE, from 1997 to 2015, and talk a little bit about the writing, if you would, as a wrestling